Hey guys, this is Aaron. I play Magic way too much. Okay, another week, and I am going to talk about another Planeswalker. I'm talking about the Planeswalkers that are in the vault right now, and that way you have a month to kind of make a decision whether to buy it or not. So today's Planeswalker that I'm buying is Arlinn. It's brand new. They released it about a month ago, and but just first time to us right now. It's really exciting. It is a green and a red Planeswalker. I'm going to see how it goes. I have good green decks and I have good red decks, so I'm anxious to kind of see how it turns out. If I can find her in here, as you can see, I have lots of planeswalkers that I have, and I'm maxing, and I'm going to go through them all with you. And there we go. She's one of the first ones. So first of all, I'm going to upgrade her to level 60. I play them all at level 60, so I get the max when I'm playing quick battles and things. And so I'm going to assume that at some point you'll have her at that level. So here we go. And I'm keeping track of how many runes this is costing. So one real interesting thing about her, and this is the only planeswalker that transforms. And that's so crazy. I almost didn't recognize it on the screen when I saw it. But you can see up there in the upper left-hand corner, she transforms. So her abilities are... the first one is a lot like a white ability, where it's she creates a 1-turn 4/4. The next ability costs 9, and she gives 9 mana to a werewolf. So she'll fetch the next werewolf and give him 9 mana, and that actually costs 9. So if you think about that, if you're doing a match of green or something like that, you get 1 loyalty for that. Well, and then you can use it to get 9 mana later. So it's almost like getting a 33% boost on your mana if you only use that ability. That's kind of a weird way to think about it, but that might really speed her up and might make it worth it. The next thing is that when she transforms, all your werewolves get 4/4. So it's very werewolf dependent, and that's one thing I really want to point out, is that she is werewolf dependent, not wolf dependent, not anything else, but werewolf dependent. And if you don't have any werewolves in your hand, she's not the creature to have. I mean, you would just use that first ability over and over again to get the 4/4. Otherwise, there's nothing. You'd fetch the next werewolf, but there'd be none in your hand. So actually, this is really expensive. I'm actually, we'll see how much it's going to be. I started with 435,000, and fantastic, as you can see, all leveled up. Here we go. And now I'm just putting this in the calculator. So that cost 160,720. So just 160,000 if you want to think of it that way. And when I did Koth a while ago, it cost 80,000. A touch less than 80,000. So I kind of think that's the case, is that the dual color ones cost 160 and the other ones cost 80, but we'll kind of see. So last time I played with the deck they gave me, I'm not going to do that this time. I want to talk about her abilities. So here are the things I just talked about, werewolves only. And let's transform her and then look at the abilities. Good, that worked. And here, so with the second half of the abilities, target werewolf gets 3/3. That's nice, and that stays, and that's the key. I like those abilities that stay forever, as opposed to a 1-turn. The next one, Hunt with the Pack, summon 4 2/2 werewolf token. So that is an 8/8, and there's one card I'm going to show you. That's actually a mythic that when you summon a werewolf, I think it gets a 2/2, so that'd be really nice. And then the best ability is each werewolf gets a 10/10, and you transform. Well, to transform to this side, it takes 12, and then to transform back, it would take 18. So if you just transformed her back and forth, it costs you 30 total, but all your werewolves would get plus 14, plus 14. And down here, the mana bonus, obviously, it's plus 3 and plus 3, so plus 6 total. The regular planeswalkers have plus 5, so just a little faster, but all of the other dual colors have like plus 8. So actually, I think Koth had plus 7, but a lot of the other ones have plus 8. So that is what it is and what it looks like. So I want to, since you're only going to use this with werewolves, I want to kind of switch gears here, and I want to show not really switch gears, but I want to show you all the werewolves available in the game right now. And so Elder's Moon just came out, and I'll show you the ones I have first, and there's only 4 or 5 I don't have. But here is just a basic werewolf. It costs 8, costs 3 to get out. The flip side of it is a 5/5. I think this is a good value. It's not the best creature in the world, but it has first strike. Pardon me. It attacks right away, and so that is worth a little more. Okay. The next one, I actually really like this. It costs 8 also. It's a 4/4, and what I like about it is when it transforms is that same 5/5, but it gives all your creatures Berserker and Trample. And when you use this with Sure Strike or something, it goes really well. And then the other thing I want to back up a little bit. So the green-red combo is good because red has a lot of you can kill supports, which is really good. You can kill creatures, which is very, very easily. And green has a lot of things that speed things up. So if you can get a fast deck that's going to kill their supports and kill their creatures, it's a lot like black, but you have a little more versatility. So let's keep going. This is one of the worst cards in the whole deck. 9 for a 2/1. It transforms to a 4/3. No. Here's one. I see some people use it. I don't see I don't like it. 11 for a 4/4. That's an okay card, but it won't even attack unless there's another creature out there. So it's really, if you're ever in a bind, this isn't going to get you out of a bind. The other ones at least can like defend against something and save you for another turn. This is the flip side of it, the 6/6. Here's an 11/11, or pardon me, here's a 2/2 that costs 11. I'm not a big fan of this either. So those first two werewolves are okay. Here's one, costs 12, and it's a 2/1. When it flips over, it's a 4/2, a card I wouldn't use. Here's another werewolf, a shaman werewolf, kind of a fun name. It costs 13, and when it attacks, the other creature takes 1 damage. Or in here, it takes 2 damage. Again, the power is just so low, I don't like it. Again, a lot of these are commons and uncommons, but it's just not my bag for these last few. Here we go, another werewolf, costs 15. It's a 1/2. No special abilities on the first side. On the other side, at the beginning of your turn, if 2 or more cards were cast. So no special abilities at all. And the ones that cost 8 were better than this. So there we go. Here we have another werewolf. Activate 1. This creature transforms. Costs 15. It's a little expensive. One thing is activate 1 sometimes goes really quick, but if it's in the lower left or right corner, you're just stuck. But it is unblockable. But here, it's a 3/5. What I like about this, or you can read it, when this creature deals combat damage to your opponent, summon a 3/2 Elder token. Well, that's okay. If you only have 2 creatures out, that's great. I see a place for this, but I don't think I'll use it in many of my decks. Again, I haven't done it, so it's hard to say exactly what the deck will be. Here we go. This one I like. It's costs 15, but if you have a fast deck, it should go relatively quick. I like it because it speeds up your deck. It destroys 1 gem here. On the flip side, it stays the same power in Defender, but it just gets 2 gems. This is going to be in all the werewolf decks, I'm sure, and we all should have this. It was one of the free cards, I don't know, a month ago or so. So this can become really quick, really high power pretty quickly. And so it gains 1/1 for each card you draw, gains 2/2 for each card you draw. Here's one, 18, which is so high, and you just draw a few extra cards. Theoretically, it could go pretty well in a combination with the Sage of Ancient Lore, but I think it just costs too much. For 19, fetch next creature from your library, and then it switches to a 6/6, and each creature costs 1 less. I'm not going to go with that one either. So you can see the 3 or 4 I'm going to use. And again, Arlinn has to use werewolves. Again, not wolves, not horrors or anything like that, just werewolves. So this is a 4/3 for 8. That's a good value. And it gets Menace if you activate the 2. Here is, if I had this card, I would really use her all the time. And so here we have Human Rogue Werewolf for 12. It's a 6/5. That's just good by itself. A 6/5 for 12, I go for that all day long. And when a werewolf you control enters the battlefield, this creature or that creature gets +2/2. So let's say you're using that second ability on the flip side. Instead of being a +8/8, it's going to be a +16/16. So that is just fantastic. On the other side, when it transforms, it gets +3/3 and haste. So that's really good. And so I really like this card. I wish I had it. and it would really go in all of the Arlinn decks. Here's another one I don't have. It's just an uncommon 3/2 for 14. It's a little high, and it switches to a 6/4. But even a 6/4 for 14 is a little bit high. But you give a little damage to your opponent. Here's an exclusive card, so nobody has this at all. 18, 8/8. You know, it ramps up pretty quickly with a 4/4 right there, and here it's going to kill other creatures they have. So those are all the werewolves possible to be in your deck. If you have some of those, you like some of those, great. If you if you don't, then it's not going to be as advantageous for you. So you can see the 3 or 4 that I'm going to use. And I'm not going to make a deck right now, but I just wanted to, again, it costs 160 to max, the only one that transforms. And if you can get the speed of the green, you can really make something happen with Arlinn. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Like and subscribe.